And ready to go with series number 2 today. Going to be a best of 5 between InZaNe and Elazer.
As is usual. Should be a great match here. As I'm excited to see how it plays out. I mean, InZaNe, he's definitely the underdog in this. There is no doubt about it.
Without question. Elazer, one of those terrifying EU Zergs that Serral came from. And came from that pool, transcended it, and became Serral. But for a while there, he was just part of the group. With Elazer, sort of, Nurchio.
Yeah, there was a
the
time.
list goes on and on.
There was a time that Elazer was considered the top Zerg.
He was, out of those EU Zergs. Yep.
Yeah, that was when Hydras were really at their peak.
Yes.
Yeah, he definitely had his prime time around then. But spawning up the top left-hand side of the map, playing for Team Ego, it's Elazer.
And in the bottom right, he's green, and he's Terran. It's InZaNe.
Op Energy Esport is his team.
Aha. If you're red-green colorblind, I wonder if this is a hard watch for you.
Didn't even think about that.
And there's a reason red-blue is the standard requirement for major tournaments that are on the big screen. But, what percentage? Red-green colorblind. What are the numbers on that? About 6% of the male population.
6%. It's
Yeah.
it's more in men, right? Colorblindness.
Yes, of the male population. That's the number. I don't even know if they have stats for the female population.
I know
here we
that
go.
women can
Female
sometimes like see
population.
extra colors.
That's exciting.
Yes. There's like one
So, yeah.
lady that like designs all the color palettes for everything because she's got like a fourth. What is it in the eyes? Like the corn or whatever or something.
Sure.
Something like that. That allows her to see like a bajillion extra colors. It's like, well, that's not fair.
No. Does sound like life hacks. But yeah, 0.35% of the female population is colorblind for red, green. So it's a huge difference. Millions and millions and millions of people.
Now here's a question: if you lose your eyes and you get an eye transplant, are you still colorblind?
Wait, what?
Yeah. Reaper for InZaNe, I mean, he's showing he's fast with his Reaper micro. Third hatchery on the way for a late... Oh, wait a second. Elazer's
Yes?
building his third hatchery here.
Yeah.
What?
There's a Reaper out. There's a Reaper blocking the other place.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
But
No. That's fine.
It's Thunderbird, man.
Yeah.
It is the cozy 3-base map.
It is, but it's so less cozy for Zerg. They don't care. They don't wall off anyway.
You Zergs don't know what's good.
No, we don't. Walling off is bad.
InZaNe going for basically a 2-1-1, a modern 2-1-1 in which the timing is a little bit earlier because Stim finishes earlier, but then it doesn't really affect things in the grand scheme of it, so...
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as the Zerg perspective goes, back in Heart of the Swarm, there were a bunch of maps that you basically got a free expansion.
Yeah, there was, man.
Right? And the Zergs didn't care. They were like, well, it doesn't help us all that much, but boy, does it help Protoss and Terran a whole lot.
It does. Can we get one of those again, please?
No, we cannot. Not
Pretty
allowed.
please.
I mean, this is
Maybe
basically
give it,
right?
like, 2 of the rich Vespine geysers?
You already have a map where you take 3 bases pretty easily.
That's true,
I
yeah.
think that counts.
I feel like this map pool's alright.
Yeah.
Seeing as how, or that's from my Terran perspective, but seeing as how Terrans mech a little bit more these days, that we don't really care too much versus Zerg if it's a ginormous map.
Right.
As opposed to in the past, it's like, well, the Zerg gets their Ultras and Infestors, and that's GG.
True facts.
InZaNe should have 2 medivacs popping out, and you
He
can
does.
sure bet those Marines are going to hop on in there.
Let's go. One empty slot.
Yeah.
That Marine does not get a
That
ride.
guy stayed home.
Yep. He's trying to catch up though. Look at him go. He'll get there. He'll get there for the battle. Don't worry.
He's got a dream.
Yeah. He's hoofing it.
Speaking of a dream, this attack's kind of a dream. I feel like Elazer, he made 26 lings, but he's got another 6 on the way. A few more after that.
Queen support getting +1 ground carapace, which is useful in this situation. Combat shield is on the way from InZaNe, not quite there yet.
Yeah, this attack is not gonna do a lot. InZaNe really is 2-base all-inning, though. He's making tanks. As I say that, though, he throws up a 3rd.
Yeah, there you go.
But he's making tanks. He hasn't started any upgrades or anything like that. And he's just making a lot of units.
How... In what universe is an all-in like this a good idea against Elazer? Like...
I feel like you'd be better flipping that 2-Rax coin. Oh, the Ling counterattack, by the way.
Well,
Thinking you're safe to get a 3rd on Thunderbird. That's not the case.
You
still gotta watch out.
Gotta have something defending that ramp.
He will catch the Lings, but oh no.
No. Oh, wow.
Elazer getting some value there.
Didn't even have the Carapace upgrade yet. Didn't even need it.
Yeah, we do have to keep in mind that this is a match in which InZaNe is quite the underdog here.
Yes.
But, I mean, he's showing, like, standard high-level Terran play, but is that going to be enough to bring down Elazer?
I think it might have to be a little bit sneakier than that. A little more unorthodox, perhaps.
A double BC rush.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, Elazer has seen this style of attack 100 million times. At this point, he's seen the BC rush and the double BC rush, about that many.
Is the double BC rush really that common?
It's a thing. And I mean, it's delayed enough to where you have enough queens to handle it, is what I'm saying. I just don't know that Elazer is really worried about that.
Yeah, and InZaNe just lost his whole army there as the Elazer swarmed him.
Yeah, Lasers up, workers about 20, an army in about 20. APM's about 3 times that. InZaNe. Yeah, upgrades are killing it too. Still no upgrades in production for InZaNe right now. He's got combat shield, which is nice.
eBay's on the way now, yeah. He's just having himself a real tough go at it.
Oh, is he knocking down those rocks?
He was knocking down those rocks. Nabs up a Medivac, that's a nice find. He's getting up to 5 bases right now. This is one comfortable, confident surge.
Indeed. Just happy to be sitting on 70 workers. He's got a big army supply advantage too, which is nice.
Harassment. I like this. Liberator harassment, always good in StarCraft 2.
Yeah, very rarely gets nothing done.
And Zane's throwing up a 4th base. Already, which, I mean, I feel like that's probably the best choice. And I wonder how his late game is. Maybe InZaNe is just some sort of late game god or whatever, and that's the way he's going to try and play this out. But I feel like it's the best move for him as opposed to just trying to kill Elazer over and over again and just getting shut down, because Elazer will shut InZaNe down every step of the way. So focusing on your own macro instead of trying to shut down your opponents might be the right move. Liberator's flying around, by the way, getting a fair bit of denied mining time. Not bad here for InZaNe.
No, not too shabby. Does get picked off by a queen. The one in the main base is still doing some work, as well as it can. These queens overextending a little bit, but none of the queens die. Nice transfuse.
Yeah, that +1 Carap is really showing there.
Yeah, against Marines, it is a godsend for Zergs in the early stages of the match.
Elazer on his way to a hive, getting up a Spire. Meanwhile, InZaNe, extra factory on the way. He's going to have his 4th CC done pretty soon. Making sure that he keeps his tank count up is going to be very important for defending his 4th base, because there's a good chance Elazer's going to try and swarm it. Medivacs fail to unload all the Marines.
Right. Can't unload over gaping chasms of doom.
Imagine if they couldn't, the Marines just died. That would make playing Terrans so much harder.
They're just like, oh!
Just one at a time. Oh, that'd be horrendous.
Yeah, these little pokes are just doing less and less every time. The creep spread continues pushing. There's really nowhere for InZaNe to go with these. He's trying to push the creep back, but it's just not.
The main lanes, which is nice.
That's pretty good. Not going to happen.
I mean, he's making tanks and barracks, but we've yet to see him get up like a few extra starports or go into something like a Ghost Academy. A 5th CC is on the way. So he's gonna be, I mean, he's gonna be eventually reaching that maxed out stage. He's taking like good moves with his Marines here, but I don't know if it's enough right now to distract us from the fact that there's a Greater Spire on the way. There is a Hive done, 3/3 or +3 armor on the way for the Zerg, Adrenal Glands. I mean, you gotta give it to InZaNe though. He's gonna be fighting this one out. Marines are gonna have to run away right now. There's Widow Mines in the mix for this though, but Elazer dodges that and retreats, realizing he cannot attack into all those tanks and Planetary Fortress.
Not so much.
Is InZaNe paying attention? Yes, he is gonna kite back. I mean, I'm liking the way that InZane's playing this. Like, he's giving it his all. But it's still concerning, the elephant in the room that is eventually gonna be the Broodlords.
Yeah, they're on their way. Corruptors in production, Greater Spire just about to pop. +3 Ground Carapace is coming in too, which is just ridiculously good.
Yeah, and it's gonna be done before.
Oh, those were burrowed banelings! There we go!
InZaNe. Oh man, that is painful right there for the Terran, and these tanks are teaching. Oh, that is real bad for the Terran right there.
Okay, alright. Well, that might just be your GG, ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe, maybe not. InZaNe, though, does not have a full wallet as natural. Oh, that Widow Mine saving the day.
That was a great Widow Mine saving the day.
InZaNe
but Army
holds
supplies,
on.
92 to 55.
If you think about it, Elazer was just doing him a favor, because what good are tanks versus Broodlords?
And what good are Marines versus Broodlords? I mean...
I mean, they're better than tanks.
They are, 100% better.
Yeah, InZaNe, I feel at this point, you just can't be making just Marines. Like, Viking production should be starting here. He's got 2-3 starports. A Ghost Academy on the way, but, like, you gotta start making Vikings right now if you're InZaNe.
And the production tab says no. No Vikings.
Where are the Vikings?
Today.
They are gonna help you more than these Marauders.
I mean, there's a Ghost Academy. Steady targeting is pretty good against Broodlords.
It is, but you need, like, you need an insane amount of ghosts.
Yes.
Okay, so the Broodlord's starting to push on in. There is 14 Banelings in the mix with this, so the Marines trying to stim forward onto these Broodlords. Probably not going to happen.
Nope. Broodlords are here really
and
not
oh,
much.
look at this for InZaNe. Wait, is he unloading Widow Mines on top of the Zerg? You're winning my heart right now, InZaNe. And most of the Banelings are gone for now. There's still just 1 or 2 in the mix that could get critical connections, and another round just finished up. InZaNe, he's going to have to pull those Marines back. Vikings coming forward, though. Can he hold? I mean, the Marines are standing strong. Get under those Broodlords. He's doing it. He's getting under
one
the
Broodlord down, but that's so many Broodlings. Everybody on the
Broodlords. You got to give it to InZaNe for trying, but that's just a bit of a hopeless situation there.
Yeah, I mean, the Broodlords alone weren't going to be enough to do it. He had a decent composition to stop it, but the Banelings were huge, the Lings were huge, and just got overwhelmed there at 13 minutes. So, game 1 goes to Elazer. We'll see how game 2 works out for him. As we get that game loaded up, it's going to be on Ephemeron, the latter edition, version 0.7. It's interesting when they have the version numbers there, because it's like, I don't know that we care. It's the latter edition.
Not to be confused with version 0.6.
Yeah, exactly. Which
Here's the
I don't think it was
question.
ever on the ladder.
If it's like, isn't it, if it's like version 0.7, doesn't that mean it's still in beta or whatever?
Yeah, technically, if it's on a 1.0, then it's not a released product, but this is released, so I don't know what they're doing with their versioning. It makes no sense at all.
Finding the real questions here at Afreeca World. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning on in. Let's find out who's going to take this next game as we are loading on into Ephemeron.
Deep thinking today.
Deep thoughts all around.
Just straighten out my camera a bit. There we go. I'm kind of really not on center. There we go. That's better. All right. I don't usually look at it except on those breaks, so. Ephemeron. Lots of trees and stuff.
Lots of trees and stuff.
Lots of trees and stuff, traditionally.
That is how you would describe this map.
Yep, this is the trees and stuff map.
Spawning up in the top left-hand side of the map, playing for Ego Esports. It's Elazer.
And in the bottom
Oh,
right,
he's doing it.
it's InZaNe going for the double proxy shenanigans. Wait.
All right.
Yep, he is. Okay.
I'm playing in a tournament next weekend.
Yeah.
And I've been meaning to learn how to 2-rack, so this is important for me.
Do it.
Yeah, that is next weekend. Okay. Oh man, I gotta start laddering more. All right. The SCV is gonna go place their barracks. Now, is Elazer just so confident that he's like, there's no way that this nerd would ever even proxy me? So he goes for a normal hatchery, but his overlord is moving on in, and it doesn't spot the SCV yet, but it's on course to spot this proxy. Oh, it's gonna be so close, actually. Oh boy. Oh, he sees it just barely. Just by a fraction.
Wow, so lucky.
Yeah, so lucky for Elazer now. I mean, he knows, but he's still gotta respond to this appropriately. There are Zergs who definitely bungle defenses of important proxies like this. A few drones are coming on down, but the first Rax is finished on up. So it's not like that can be denied. This other SCV can try and defend his friend here. There's 2 SCVs, which should be able to engage these drones, and a Marine is on the way out. So these 2 drones for Elazer, not accomplishing a lot. Does he get that SCV? Oh,
yeah,
yes,
there we go.
Gotta finish that, InZaNe. Finish that barracks.
SCV, come on, come back.
Come
it's
on,
safe.
Finish it.
Where are
Do
you
it.
going?
Build it. Oh, InZaNe.
He's like, forget it. I'm gonna do bunkers now. It's time.
Oh man, InZaNe. That's all. Okay, there we go. He goes back.
Alright.
That's a pretty big mistake there.
It is. Spine crawler coming up.
Where it's one Marine that makes a defense or makes the offense work. That's gonna hurt. Now, Elazer's building his spine on the front.
Good kiting, but drones are faster than Marines.
Drones are quick. I mean,
Alright,
losing a fair few of his drones here. InZaNe is retreating as well as he can. Kiting back.
Some pretty good kiting, honestly.
Very good kiting, but is it still going to be enough? Elazer is really, really pursuing here. This is actually fantastic kiting for InZaNe. Is it going to be enough?
This is working out pretty well here.
Yeah,
down,
this is actually
down.
going InZaNe's way. Now, his bunker did get up, but it just got killed by the spine. So, I don't know if this push is going to work. Elazer's gone up to droning already. Meanwhile, InZaNe is just building another barracks. And that's the correct thing for InZaNe to do this game. There's absolutely no doubt about that. As these 2 lings for Elazer are crossing the map.
Yeah, InZaNe's aborted this whole thing.
No,
we're good.
well, he's still making Marines. Like, he's got to be planning to go for this attack. He's just so busy returning home, but he's not starting gas or anything. Like, he's got to just go for it all in. And Elazer is still droning, by the way. So, I feel like if InZaNe had this pulled a little bit more together, Elazer would be being way too greedy to stop this attack. Because there's 12 Marines, 5 lings, 2 queens.
Not looking good, but lings don't take that long to build.
What are the Marines doing all the way over here? If they were here, ready to push right now, Elazer's just starting another spine.
Well, the reason Elazer felt comfortable droning is because he knew that all these Marines on the other side of the map. He saw them with his lings.
I mean, they weren't necessarily... Like, it was just such a mess. Marines were going every which way. I felt like Elazer was still cutting corners a little bit, but it's probably going to work out for him in the end. Oh, okay. All aboard. InZaNe pulling the boys, and Elazer doesn't know that the SCVs are coming with this. He's starting up more lings right now. These Marines are going to have a lot of firepower. They're going to have to focus down these spine crawlers very, very quick. All right, here they go. Elazer pulling his own boys. Marines. They're doing the best they can, but they're not really focusing much of anything. The spine crawlers are being focused down. Do they fall? Most of the lings are gone now. InZaNe is frying up these lings. He's going to start killing off the spines. Both spines gone. It's now all on the queens for the defense here for Elazer. There's actually 1 spine still in the back. Is there enough Marines here for InZaNe to close this one out?
I don't know, man. There's more lings in production.
I feel like you got to go into the main base and cut the production of Elazer. You can't just be going back and forth.
Keeping these queens alive. Again, Elazer just needs to stay alive.
Yeah, he does.
There's nothing else coming here.
That's why I feel like InZaNe needs to get into the main base, because there's nothing to defend there.
Alright, holding the ramp is pretty good.
Is InZaNe going to make this work? What?
Lings getting massacred.
Getting drones.
Drones going down, having to flee, losing mining time.
Now. The queens have come up, so the Marines are effectively trapped here. They're going to retreat behind these minerals, get a good positioning, but they're starting to wear thin here, and I think Elazer has held this. GG gets called. Oh, that was, Elazer was sweating there a little bit.
That was tight for a minute without question, but in the end, Elazer holds it just barely.
Yeah, I feel like that could have worked for InZaNe.
The transfuses on the spines were incredible.
Oh, they were, yeah.
Did try to focus the spines down early on during that attack, but the transfuses kept them alive. They were doing work. They ended up dead, but they definitely killed a ton of Terran units in that situation. The SCVs died a lot faster, I think, than InZaNe was hoping for. And at the end of the day, just not enough Terran, and just more. I mean, there was just more producing all the time for the Zerg player. So, yeah, that was a timed situation.
Okie dokie. Let's get on into the next game in a second here.
It's going to be on Triton, the latter edition. Which, Triton, the son of Poseidon. Disney ignoring that. Yeah, he is. Ignoring that in The Little Mermaid.
Oh, yeah.
Triton.
Oh.
Yep.
I didn't see The Little Mermaid, so...
I mean, it's alright. It's pretty good.
Aren't they making, like, a live action of that or whatever?
Yes. They are.
It's Disney, of course they are.
Yeah, exactly.
They are printing that check.
There's live action, all the things.
Here we are. Loading on into what could be the final map of this series, like, what is it? Like, say that doesn't get spotted. That's the power of the 2-racks. That was a close game.
It was. It was close anyway, even though it did get scouted.
Spawning in the bottom right-hand side of the map. It's Ago Elazer.
And in the top left, it's InZaNe.
All right.
See if there was any English in the chat here, and not yet.
Not yet. Let us know if you're tuning on in. No, this isn't our regular time slot. Good games, nonetheless, though.
So far, so good. I just love a proxy. I wish they were more frequent, honestly.
I'm just enjoying StarCraft 2 a lot lately. Like anything. The late game, dirty proxies, I want it all.
Very fun, all the way around. But yeah, InZaNe building his barracks at home this time. Elazer doing what Elazer always does.
Which is always a hatch, pool gas. Pretty much no exception. Keep in mind, everyone, Elazer is the guy who's won the most Afreeca Worlds, tied with Solar. We don't necessarily do it every event now because of scheduling or other reasons, but we do try and invite previous champions of Afreeca World into the next one, so Elazer has racked up a fair few of these. InZaNe SCV scouting, gotta respect it, but it is Elazer. If you know your opponent and you are gonna cut an SCV scout, it is versus someone like Elazer because he almost never early pools.
Right. Never goes for the 12th pool, it seems.
Reaper crossing the map for InZaNe. I mean, is he gonna be able to do anything? Elazer just pops up his third base. InZaNe says, oh, my SCV. He was really looking forward to blocking that drone.
Reaper comes in, Lings are on creep, and they're fast, and we see the dance. The dance continues. Queen gonna pop out just now, and that's the end of the Reaper's day. At least as far as harassment goes. He's here for scouting for the most part at this point.
Oh, is he thinking of going into the natural? He's waiting for a drone to run on by.
He is.
Elazer, though, not letting that happen. Let's see. InZaNe going for some Hellions, going for a starport. Is it going to be the old BC rush? It's got to be, right? Like, is it even legal for a Terran to go for not go for a BC rush in a best of 5?
It's required to do it once.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's in the terms of service of StarCraft 2. Pneumatized Carapace on the way.
Oh, concussive shell coming in and some Marauder production.
InZaNe.
So I don't know then. I don't know if this looks like BC at this point. Looks more like a Hellbat Marauder push. Assuming we get an armory anytime soon.
Elazer does scout this, though. Or to some extent scouts this. He sees a tech lab, reactor. Doesn't see the armory that's building. He does, however, fire up a Baneling nest. And he's planning a Ling counterattack.
Yeah, these Lings aren't going to do much. There's a bunch of Hellions here, and especially the top of the ramp.
Around, though. InZaNe is going to have to finish his wall. That's one of the main points about this, to make sure that those Lings don't just counterattack him. And this attack could be a very scary one here. I mean, this is a ton of Hellions. 8 Hellions, a Medivac, and then there's 4 Marauders in the mix. There's 3 in the Medivac. One must have just popped out somewhere. And suddenly we see these Hellions going to move on in. Elazer wants to go for a counterattack. That means these Lings aren't in for the defense, though. 9 Banelings are morphing. Is that enough to prevent this attack from working?
There we go. Very well could be. Need to split here pretty well. Baneling's getting some decent hits off there.
Yeah,
Marauders doing some
no
serious damage here, too.
Hellbats and Marauders doing what they can, but it looks like Elazer is going to have held this. InZaNe lifts up and has to get on out. Great defense from Elazer.
Yeah, that was really good stuff.
Factory starport landing. Getting some more reactors going. InZaNe going to be going into a 2-base bioplay to follow this up. Definitely down on the workers, so he needs to make something happen. He will have quite a quick stim pack after this, though. Dropping the main base, getting 4 drones, not bad.
Not too shabby.
Getting at least something out of this attack. Oh no, oh no.
Oh, goodbye, Medivac.
Oh,
he knew.
Hurts.
That, just, man, that map awareness, just knowing where those Medivacs are going and slow walking
like,
some
of course
queens
you're
over
gonna
there.
fly over here.
Yeah, it's guaranteed.
4th base on the way for Elazer. His creep spread gonna be resuming. InZaNe making more Hellions. Just going up to 5 barracks production here. Just going to be looking to put the pressure onto his opponent. Go for, like, basically another all-in a sense. That's usually how StarCraft works. If you fail the first all-in, your options usually are more all-in. And committing 5 racks on 2 bases definitely is considered that as a Terran. You are committing to get some damage done. Elazer, by the way, sending out Lings every which way just to confirm exactly where his opponent's at. More Hellions are coming on in, morphing his Hellbats. Elazer, he's making Banes, though. Doesn't have centrifugal hooks on the way, so I mean, this bio may be able to kite back well enough. We'll see. A ton of Lings out for the Zerg.
The creep spread is enough to where the Terran has to engage on creep here, and so the Baneling should be enough.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It is important to note there is +1 done for InZaNe. Elazer's 1-1 not yet done, so maybe, just maybe, this Terran can make the attack happen. He's up on supply. I feel like the window for InZaNe definitely is sooner rather than later. He's having a tough time making this push work. Where's he going, though? He's heading towards the 4th of the Zerg. At this point, I feel like if you're InZaNe, though, you need more than the 4th of the Zerg. You need to win this game right now.
Yeah, Elazer is working on his 5th base at the moment. It's just too much creep. He's going to try to engage here.
Widow go forward. They're suddenly gone. Massive counterattack getting queued on up by Elazer here. InZaNe needs to raise those depots right away. Raise those depots, InZaNe. Get those up, continue on with this attack, and maybe he can make it work. Elazer might have strung himself out a little bit too thin here. He's morphing a ton of Banelings, but that's just it. Just Banelings coming forward. There's really nothing to buffer for them here. The Queen's just tanking, but they are going down. The 4th base goes down. InZaNe has this wall up here at his natural base, so can he hold on? Banelings roll forward, but he's not microing the Marines at all, and it looks like Elazer will clean this up.
InZaNe holds the attack on the other side, but he's on 2 bases.
Yeah, he
and
got
Elazer is happily on 4 right now.
On 2 bases.
Yeah, Elazer was making another hatch while that one went down, so I think he's totally okay. Army supply is about the same, but Elazer, again, huge worker advantage, huge base advantage. Droning up even further at this point while making 10 more Banelings. InZaNe just doesn't have enough to hang here right now. Really, I mean, no sign of a 3rd base either. Just the longer this goes, the worse it's going to look here for InZaNe. He's got a decent concept, he just doesn't have enough stuff.
He's up on... Oh, he's tied on supply with the Zerg. He's down on upgrades, though. Elazer's making more Banelings, and the creep spread for Elazer has just been a godsend for him. The fact that InZaNe can't take an optimal engagement. Elazer running forward with some Banelings. InZaNe gets pretty decent splits, but eats 1 or 2 Widowmine Connect or Baneling shots, and that's really all it takes for the Zerg. Marines have to load up into their medivacs and retreat, and that's just buying Elazer time to make more Banelings, to make more Lings, to rinse and repeat. Eventually this Terran attack could be fizzling on out.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing some pretty good control here. Does lose a medevac just as I say that. He's out of Widow Mines. He's not even microing.
Yeah,
he's done. That's your good game.
GGGL from InZaNe as Elazer, the expected victor in that series. It was great to have InZaNe out, though.
Yeah, for sure. I'll have to have him back.
Yeah, it was very nice to see more of these players. And yeah, thanks so much to everyone for tuning into this Afreeca World. We are not done yet. We've got one more match. It's going to be a best of 7, and it should be a great one here. It's going to be Gung Fu Banda versus Elazer.
Nice. That's going to be tons of fun.
That is going to be a good TvZ for sure. So make sure to let your friends know that this is going on. We'll be back after just a short break. See you in a few.